My name is Ruth Tellis and I've been in publishing for about 15 years. I started my career in publishing rather late in life because I had a career elsewhere and then had children, and returned into work and started working in the archives department at a very large publisher. From there I discovered that I really love looking at old contracts, talking to archivists and so on, and the next natural step was for me to work into the rights department.
My name's Clare Hodder and I've worked in publishing for 20 years now. I got into rights completely by accident. I was working in marketing and PR and then saw a job advertised as a rights assistant that was only 10 minutes commute from my house instead of 2 hours. So I thought, that's for me. I don't really know anything about rights, but I'll give it a go. I managed to get the job and then found I loved working in rights and it suited me down to the ground.
Now I'm a consultant with Clare Hodder. We run Rights Consultancy. We've been doing that for about 4.5, 5 years now, and we really enjoy working with loads of different types of publishers, lots of different rights people.
Rights is really special because it's so diverse. There's so many interesting aspects of it. It's really all about people, so you get to meet loads of people, particularly if you're doing sort of licensing internationally. So that's really fun. I've made friends all over the world, from Brazil, Europe to China, and that's been really key.
I work in rights because it's so interesting. Every day is different. One day you can be working in a dusty cupboard looking at all the old contracts, and the next day you could be heading on a plane off to do a sales trip somewhere. It's a great job where you combine loads of different skills, from your kind of introvert record keeping skills through to your really extrovert rights selling kind of skills. Rights is often overlooked in publishing. Rights departments sometimes are in the basement or in the attic of the buildings, and people tend to only look at rights as being something a bit awkward and difficult about publishing. They don't recognise the great contribution that the income from licensing can make to a business. So I think we need to get out there and really get our businesses knowing about what's going on in rights these days. Rights is often a lot about admin and databases. You have to keep really good records, but it shouldn't be the only thing that you're doing. You shouldn't find yourself being bogged down all the time in having to do repetitive admin tasks.
Ribbonfish are a fantastic technology company. We first started working with them when they helped us to build a rights system as part of an in-house publishing system.
They built a system that really worked well for us. We were able to do an awful lot of really good reporting and searching within that system, which meant that we could then maximise our rights business.
A system that enabled us to halve the time we spent processing rights deals, but to double the revenue we made from rights deals, which is fantastic.
And since then we've really enjoyed working with them to build RightsZone.
We had been going to see people in our consulting work and found lots of people struggling with spreadsheets, with the sort of patchwork of different systems that they had to use in order to process rights deals. We spoke to Ribbonfish, and between us we realised that we could probably put together something pretty special, and that's why we built RightsZone.
RightsZone is a new system. It's cloud-based. It's built by rights people for rights people.
RightsZone is a really comprehensive rights database with a really amazing selection of workflow tools wrapped around it. So it's not just a place to park your data, it's a place to really streamline and change the way you work. RightsZone is super intuitive. All of the different records are linked together by hyperlinks, so it's a bit like navigating a website. You just zip around really easily, seamlessly. It's very obvious where you need to enter data. Customers walking up to your stand for your meeting. It means that you don't have to print out stacks of paper and cram it into your hand luggage and take it with you to the book fair, which me personally I think would be a huge benefit. Effectively all you're doing is accessing a web page, so it's really easy. You don't need any software installed on your device. You can just go straight in with a link and all your information is there at your fingertips.